As I had mentioned in my previous message, I wasn't certain if I wanted to come back on here to speak again or not. There's a good reason I feel that I did make the choice, and it was to verify what I already knew. It was just a verification for myself. So much of the message still has not been received. It's still not being seen. So many still do not see with their heart. The heart hasn't been found whatsoever. Still, so many caught in the labyrinth of the mind, caught in that darkness. And that's so unfortunate. And I know what that struggle is, because it has been my own personal struggle to get out of that darkness, out of that labyrinth. This is why I have poured so much of my effort into bringing forth the message and what this is all about, which is finding the heart. That narrow gate, that tiny pathway, this impossibility that has been done to legitimately have found the kingdom of heaven, the light of eternity. So of course I've brought that forth, what the whole meaning of this all is, which is the truth. This is about building the kingdom of eternity, and it can only be done once. As I've already said several times, only one chance or one take to get it correct. This is why the vision and the vision test, all these tests are so important and have been so important within my own individuality. This is the walk I have been on for a long time. And I've poured my intensity, my totality, my entirety into this quest, into the search. Nothing held back, not whatsoever. And a big part of this vision test has been demonstrating my intention to the public, such as these messages, all my works, everything that I've brought out in the public. A big part of the test has been to display my intention of what I would like to have had the opportunity to do, which is, of course, to have had the power, the capacity to free everyone. Absolutely, to bring the truth and the message to absolutely every single individual in the entire world. In my heart, I wish I had the capacity and the power to do that. Of course, that's not the fact. I do not have that capacity or power to bring this message to absolutely everyone upon the earth, every individual. I don't have the capability to do that whatsoever. But I've made every attempt to do so with the power that I did have, that I've had right up until this moment. I've made every effort, poured the intensity of my effort and energy into doing that in every way that I could, in the hopes that the message would reach as many as possible, at the very least. So in walking this path to the heart, I've demonstrated that. And I've also declared in the vision test, in the walking of that, that if I had the power to change everything, absolutely I would. I would change everything. But as it stands, the fact of the matter is I have no power to change anything except myself. And that's the truth of the message. Everyone has to change themselves. You as an individual have to change yourself. You have to correct your vision. You cannot wait for me to do that for you. No one can expect anyone, as I've said, to reach inside of them and fix the vision for them. No outside savior. I am no savior. And my walk is my walk and my walk alone. My walk is going to be done alone. That's the finality. No one is going to be walking with me. The end. I've brought the message and I've brought the truth. The truth is within you. You must find your heart, and it's going to take no less than the totality of your effort to do so. No less than that. I can speak the truth of that because that's what it's taken me to do. It's taken every single effort to do so. No less. As I've said, that's what eternity demands. And the finality of my walk is absolutely about that. And this is not a walk for anyone else but me. This is my walk. And I'm walking this walk all the way to the start line. Alone. Alone. I'm not telling anyone where I am. I know I said that in my last message. It was another test as well. Another test to see who's waiting for their outside savior. Go here, go there. Do jumping jacks until your heart gives out and the kingdom is yours. It's just ridiculous. One must come out of their own personal hell. Find your heart. Find the heart. And if you do so, if that happens, then you'll know, yes, I poured the intensity of my effort. I gave everything, and I found the truth for myself. That's what it's going to take. That's the message. And unless one does that, well, you're not going to find the truth. You're going to do, as I've said many times before, get busy just doing all of the circus activities instead. Not going into silence, not taking it seriously, which is to take yourself seriously. Your eternity is on the line. Yours. Are you going to take it seriously? The whole thing. I can't take it seriously for you. You can't just come on some walk with me and then expect the kingdom of eternity to be yours. I have, in essence, no idea who any of you out there are, truly. That's just a fact. I don't know. So how can I possibly know if your vision is corrected? I cannot make that declaration for you whatsoever. If you found the heart, then you're going to be hearing from your Creator. Your Creator will speak to you because you've found the very root, the very core of what this is all about. But as it stands, I'm an external voice to everyone listening to this. External. Does one finally get it? Finally get the message? You have to save yourself. You have to carry your own cross. Your walk is going to be your walk. And time is very short. Every day is an emergency. Because no one is guaranteed tomorrow. It's an emergency. Your eternity is on the line. How much effort are you going to put forth into finding the truth, into finding your heart? Or are you going to get busy, as I've said many times, watching a bunch of TV, all these distractions? The message is the same. And that's a choice. That's a choice. But to just come on a walk beside me? And then what? What does one think is going to happen? You're just going to starve yourself to death? And then, oh, the kingdom is yours, even though you haven't corrected the vision within yourself? Nothing's been declared for you. All I presented is what's been declared for me in my heart, what has been spoken to me. The totality of effort given, everything been given. That's the price, that's the cost, that's the truth. That was the price. All I've done is declared it, spoken about it publicly, and what the walk has meant for me. And because I'm still being listened to right at this moment in this message, the walk isn't complete. There's still one last part to this walk, which is to answer the true emergency call. And that's what I'm set out to do. That's what I'm going to be embarking on very soon. But no one's going to know where I am. I could be in Africa, I could be in Brazil, I could be in Australia. No one's going to know. So where are you going to go? One has to go where I said they always had to go, which is within yourself, to find the truth, correct your vision, stop with the distractions, stop focusing on all the BS. See the emergencies around you in the external. As I've said, there's all kinds of emergencies happening, and it's true. Eternity is looking for its angels. And are you going to be willing to do everything to prove that out? To find the heart within yourself and to be an angel of light? This whole vision of death? This is not turning around. That should be so obvious. The emergency in the external is very real. There's no turning the direction of this wrong vision around. No one's interested in that. The vast majority of humans enjoy how everything is set up. They like this prison. They enjoy it immensely. They don't want anything to change. No one in essence sees any reason to change anything. As a generality, as a rule for the most part. This is why it's a narrow gate. This is exactly the reason why. So I will be walking alone, and this will be the quietest walk ever. Absolutely it's going to be. I'm walking in peace, as I've said. I'm not going to be making a ruckus. I'm not going to be making any noise at all. Not whatsoever. The message that I brought forth, these are the messages. And I brought them forth for the entire public, for the entire world to hear. And one part of what I said yesterday, absolutely. It's going to be up to every last one of you out there listening to spread that message or not. That's a choice as well. How much effort is one going to put into bringing forth the message of light, which is the heart? I am being called back to the true home, the kingdom of eternity, the heart. That's the truth. And I need to walk this walk home by myself, alone. The call is being answered. I have answered it. And all I must do is walk towards where I need to walk towards. The end. No one is going to be finding me on this walk. In essence, I've come back on here one last time to say goodbye, is really what it comes down to. As it was said to me, say goodbye to the circus, and that's exactly correct. I am saying goodbye to the circus. I'm waving goodbye and wishing everyone the best. Absolutely. And I've made my intention clear. I would love everyone to be healed, to be free. Absolutely. There is nothing that I would want more than that, but I have no power to do so. And this system in this place, it's so obvious that it doesn't want anyone to be free. It wants everyone to be a slave in its system indefinitely, forever. And so one gets busy building their empire in the kingdom of death, thinking that it means nothing and they have forever here, and that's being a good little citizen, and that's what it's all about. And then one dies and the kingdom of heaven is theirs just because they were a good tax-paying citizen and they followed all the rules of the government. And they voted for some child trafficking pedophile politician. Look, I did it. I did my part. I succeeded. I was a success. And God smiled upon me. And I did all the things that society expected of me. I was a good little citizen. I followed all the rules. I did it. And of course, that's just a joke. But does one see that? Eternity looks at this circus and it laughs. Of course, there's so much pain, so much that's wrong, and there's nothing funny about that, though. But its attempts in thinking that it's building the kingdom of eternity, this is the devil's version of building the kingdom of eternity. And our true creators look at that and laugh. It is. When one sees correctly, sees with their heart, this is a joke. This is a circus attempting to build eternity. What a farce. Only when one sees correctly can that be seen. Not until then. And the vast, vast, vast majority believe in it all. Right till their last breath. Getting on their knees, worshiping and praying to some savior as well. The Catholic Church, what a fantastic example of the vampire system. Go to church every Sunday and drink a glass of blood. And eat some flesh, just like a vampire does. There's the symbol right there. This is a vampire system. Then it hangs the Son of God on a cross, which is just the symbol of the earth being vampired, because the earth is the sun, by the way. And how many billions just follow that? That's my Savior hanging on the cross, dying. He's been tortured to death. Quite actually tortured. Well, that's the earth right now. It's being tortured. It's being just torn to pieces. Put through the worst pain. And then people get on their knees and say, that's my Savior. He died on the cross. Essentially, no one gets these symbols and what they truly mean. Billions following these ideals and not even understanding where these symbols come from or what they represent. It's so unfortunate. It's tremendously sad. This is a slavery system. But I cannot free anyone from it. Absolutely no one. I am able to free myself. That's it. My walk, this opportunity of this walk is mine and mine alone, this walk. And if you find the opportunity for yourself, then fantastic. That's why I've been putting forth all of my effort to bring forth the message. But you're going to have to do it. I see some saying that they're ready to leave their whole family, their wife, their children, everything behind. And what? What does one think is going to happen? I have no idea if any of you have corrected the vision inside of yourself. I have no clue. Years ago when I finished the Golden Web trilogy, YouTube at the time had a private messaging service. Still, you were able to send other users private messages. And fast forward about a year later, after I finished that trilogy, I was receiving on average, a death threat, one death threat per week. Some weeks it was several. People messaging me out of the blue, sending me death threats, saying they were going to do the worst to me. And so I would, send my location and invite of where I'm going to be so that individuals such as that can find me. And just as I said, so many lurkers, they would pretend to be my friend to be ready to stab me actually in the back. Come find me right now and come do the worst to me. When the classroom went dark, my goodness, it was completely exposed, as I've said. How many artificials out there? How many devils? So much darkness inside of so many. Ready to do the worst to others. And of course, that's the reflection of what so many are ready to do to the earth all the time, just for personalized, selfish advantages. So many devils believe in the devil's kingdom. That's the fact. That's why this has been such a tightrope walk for myself as well. Trying to get the message out to the potential angels, the ones out there who are actually good, truly seeking for that which is legitimate, that which is truly good. But that can only be done inside of you. It's so obvious all that's wrong in the external, because there are so many devils that are wrong inside of them. That's a fact. It's an unfortunate fact. Another important message today I wanted to bring is that the originals need to be protected at all costs, and this earth is the original. This is the original, and one needs to protect it at all costs. It's the sacred. And of course, what's being done? It's so obvious. It's not being protected whatsoever. It's being destroyed. Price tags put all over it. Numbers. For, again, selfish, personalized advantage. So, those chasing after these goals, these concepts, can toss some money in their bank account, think they're building some grand empire. It's just a circus. That's all it is. putting numbers on eternity. And of course, this system puts numbers on everyone. As I've already said, a number is put on every last one of you when you go get a job. $15 an hour, $30 an hour, $50 an hour, whatever the hell. You have a number put on you, just like a prisoner does. Does one get that? Is one seeing it? A prisoner has a number put on them. And everyone participating in the devil's kingdom, his commerce kingdom of division and slavery and putting prices on eternity, making a mockery of eternity, well, that's a prison system. And every individual participating in that is saying, I'm okay with being a prisoner, a slave to this system, and having a number put on me, just like a prisoner does. That's a fact. That can't be denied whatsoever. So, of course, I personally am done with that. That is the truth. That's a fact. I have, as I've said, nothing more to give to Satan's kingdom, to the devil's realm. His completely wrong vision, all the wrong ideas. I'm going to get on my knees and bow down to this kingdom for the rest of my days, which are so few in number, no matter how many days I would have left before death would touch me on the shoulder. So few. So few days. And I would spend them just, again, bowing down to the devil? No, I am done. Absolutely done. When one's spirit is broken, there's nothing left to give. Nothing. But of course, this place would take a whip and say, oh no, you're not done. I'm going to whip you into action. You better damn well get to work for me, slave. Give me every last drop. Pay your rent, pay your mortgage, pay your bills, pay, pay, pay. And that's what everyone gets busy doing, calling themselves a success. Having the greatest time of their lives in this circus. Believing that all of eternity is looking down upon them in their participation of said circus, and thinking that the better one does at being a participant in this system, the more that heaven smiles upon them. You did a good job following Satan's rules and his vision. The gates of eternity are open to you now. Congratulations. It's just absurd. And still all the problems, so many problems, still so prevalent. And instead of addressing them, they're ignored. Obviously, they're just ignored. I've already said this many times, just the problem of homelessness. All the resources of eternity at this system's disposal. All of them. And there's still people sleeping on the sidewalks in the winter. Dying because they quite actually freeze to death. How many thousands, tens of thousands starving to death? 95% of every last human being has at least one disease they're contending with, one health condition. What a joke. Seriously, what a joke. There's the contradiction. Seriously, what a joke. It's beyond sad. Beyond. There's no word to describe the whole thing. No word. So I am but a drop, a single drop going against a tsunami of death. Well, what power does a drop have against that? Absolutely no power. There's no power. The only power I have is within myself. And my spirit is broken, and I am unable to heal myself. No different than the symbol of Chiron, what the symbol has always meant. He is injured and unable to heal himself. The healer is unable to do anything to remedy his own situation. It's the irony of the thing. So, of course, I'm not going to be able to help anyone. I'm only able to talk, bring my words, bring this message. I repeat, your walk is your walk is your walk, and my walk is mine. And it's going to be silent. It's going to be completely quiet. Because that's what light is. Light is absolutely silent. So I carry this tiny little ember of light that I have left in me, and I will be remaining silent, going into the silence. And I am at peace with that. I have to be. This is an emergency call that I am responding to, and in an emergency, one has to respond immediately because there's so little time to do so, to get to where one needs to go. And one's whole existence, one's whole life has been that emergency call. So little time to hear it. The potential to hear that emergency call within oneself. This is why being in a state of complete silence, and I do mean complete silence, is so necessary. It is so vital. I will say it again, your eternity is on the line, just like a phone call. No different than that. Eternity is on the phone call. Are you going to pick up? Are you going to pick up that call? Are you going to answer it? But what that looks like for you, that answer, is going to be up to you. Whether you find it or not, and how serious you take it, and how much you're willing to give to the effort. I can't give any effort for you, for anyone. That's why wherever you happen to be in the world is where you happen to be. That's your journey. That's where you are. Where I am is where I am. The end. You do you. I am no savior. This is the last time in a message I am going to be saying that. No outside saviors. None. Has the message been received? Still, still it hasn't been received by so many. Still waiting for an outside savior. Still thinking that by mimicking my actions, that it's going to mean that one has reached their personal salvation. Well, that's just a mock. That's just mimicry. That doesn't prove anything. One has to be original. A mimic? Well, that's a fiction. There's no truth in being a reflection. That's why your walk also has to be original to you. The way that you potentially find the truth, find the heart, is going to be the way that you do it. The way that it's found for you. Based on the way our creators have set it up for you. Not the way it's been set up for me. My story has been my own. My walk has been completely my own. And the way that I've found the key to the heart, and there is a key. The way that I've found it has been completely personal. It's not been because of anyone else. So it's going to be no different for anyone out there listening to this. Absolutely no different. That's the way it should be. Otherwise, yeah, one just gets busy being an actor then. Just handed a script. Here, read these lines. Do this, go there. You're just following commands from somebody else then. There's nothing authentic in that. It's just another ruler ruling over you then. Has one not seen that? One needs to excise themselves from all external authorities. All of them. Including this speaker. I've said that so many times. Follow no one. Unsubscribe. One must become their own inner authority. One must find the truth of where that authority is derived within oneself. All outside authorities are false. All of them. That's why your walk is your walk is your walk, and mine is mine and mine. Mine alone. The end. So I've come on here to say goodbye and wish everyone the absolute best. Of course I wish that. I want that. For everyone. Seeing so much pain is heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. And that's the way to the key. Unless one's heart has been broken, completely broken, it can't be seen. The key will not be found. That's just a fact. There's no other way to put that. So just as there's no turning this death vision around, there's no turning my own heart around in regards to this walk. I'm walking in the exact opposite direction of death. I am the drop against the tsunami. And of course, I have no chance to stop the tsunami, to turn it around. Except within myself. That's what this final walk means for me, and I'm just bringing it forth as a message of truth to the public. And it is a walk of totality. That is the truth. It's all the way to the start line. As it was said to me, am I going to be able to make it all the way to the start line? And that's really quite hilarious when one thinks about it for a moment, because my whole life has been a walk to this start line. When one compares going to a track meet, being a runner, let's say, in a race, and one just has to walk to that start line. It's no effort whatsoever before the race starts. So this has been eternity's version of walking to the start line. Am I going to be able to make it all the way to the start line where everything begins? Because this is not about finding an ending for me. This is not about endings. This is about beginnings. That's what the truth is. It's a very significant reason why the word star is in start. Because that is the light of the heart, which is the light of eternity. It's the star. The star within oneself. That's the light. That's the truth. To be born a star, to be born in the light of the heart. No more death. No more being caught in this loop of imprisonment where everyone uses each other. This is a system of usury all the way through to its core. Everyone is going to have to figure out all the reasons why that is for themselves. I've already explained it. But whether one sees it or not, that's an individual choice of effort. I'm no longer looking for endings. I haven't been for a very long time. I've been looking for beginnings. There's been far too many endings. Far too many. And I have found that narrow gate to the start line, and that's what I'm walking towards. For one to gain everything, one must lose everything. This is a system of loss. That's all it provides. That's all it can offer. In the end, all it can offer is loss and death. And of course, the light of the heart is all about offering everything. That's what life is. It's life everlasting, without end. Constant beginnings. It's not a false start then finish line, start then finish line. There are no finish lines when it comes to the truth, when it comes to the kingdom of the heart. No finish lines whatsoever, no endings. Only beginnings. Life, then more life. And I wish everyone the best on their search, on your search for the truth, if it's worth it to you to put the totality of your effort into that search, and to continue doing so, and to continue carrying the message forth. I'm not going to be able to do so any longer. That's just a fact. I won't be here anymore. It's up to all of you, potential real hearts, as I've said, to continue carrying the light and spreading the message of truth to as many as possible, as many as will hear it. And that's also up to every individual, whether they want to hear it or not. It's no different than turning a blind eye to all the problems, which are just so obvious and so blatant. Listening to the truth, hearing the truth, one can just become deaf to that, close off their ears, not want to listen to any of the truth whatsoever, the legitimate truth. People love fictions. This is a fiction realm, filled to the brim with fictions, and fictions are adored. They are loved. Fictions are applauded. That's what becomes famous in this place. Just so much that's false. And the truth gets buried. The light gets buried under so much darkness. Just waves after waves of darkness crashing upon the light, the truth. And it gets buried. That's why it's so difficult to find that which is legitimately the truth. So difficult. That's why I've said personal discernment is so important. It's key. It's essential. One must use their personal discernment in everything. I hope that I've made these points very clear. In essence, it seemed like a contradiction from yesterday's message. I was going to say exactly where I am, come find me, just come walk with me for a little bit. It was another test, another vision test. Another aspect of me witnessing the responses and the reactions to see if the true message had been received. I feel that there are some of you that have received it and you have been using your own personal discernment and you saw through what I said. Because that's what this is also about, seeing through things. Getting to the truth of it. And yeah, it takes a lot of cutting through the dark to get to the light. And one has to be ruthless within oneself to do that. With your questions. That's how you use your own internal words. Your words are your sword within. And you have to cut through so much darkness to get to the light. So much. I say this as the truth because I have had to do so. I have cut through enormities of darkness. As I said, where it was so dark, it's just a blackout. And there's no sign of any light anywhere. How does one get out of that? In a world filled with fictions, filled with lies. Lies stacked on lies. And everywhere in the external, everyone is expressing that they are the way, they know how things work. They've got it all figured out. They are the expression of the truth. It's my religion, my savior, my way. Follow me. Do this, that, and the other thing. This will help you. So on and so forth. It's never a good idea to ask blind people how to see. I reiterate, that's where we are. We're in the land of the blind. And someone who would like to see the truth is getting busy asking other blind individuals how to see or where the light is. So as a true guide, as a teacher, this has been a big part of the lesson as well. And to those who are serious will understand and see why I've done what I've done in these tests. You will hold no ill regard towards me for doing that. Because, yeah, it would be nice if we could trust everyone. That would be absolutely fantastic. But as it stands, that's just not the fact. And it comes down to that piercing question, who can I trust? Who can I truly trust? Well, in the land of the blind, in hell, you can trust no one except for yourself. This is why the truth is within you, in your heart. You have to trust yourself. Go within. And be a warrior. Take the sword of your words and cut through the darkness. Ask the big questions and keep asking them. Vision quest, quest. Keep pushing forward through the darkness with your questions until that spark of light happens. And that's what's called insight. It's sight because something sparked within you. That light, the divinity within. And if you do that enough, the pathway to your heart will be lit up. You will find it. But that effort, my goodness, I can't even describe the effort. As I said, it's going to take everything, every last ounce of your effort to do so, no less. And many external to you, they'll say, oh, I did it. I found the way. And they'll be a keyboard warrior and they'll type 10,000 pages of just whatever the hell. Maybe some things will be helpful as you read that. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to do the questioning for yourself to find that insight within you, to see if that spark can happen. And when that spark of insight happens, one knows it, one recognizes it. It's instantaneous. Boom, it hits you. You see. You can't just be telling yourself a story to convince yourself that it's happened. There's a big difference between getting something, quote unquote, on the surface and seeing it. Having that spark of insight. And it matters. It matters greatly. Your eternity is absolutely calling out to you. The emergency call has been sounded since the moment you were born in this place. So little time. So little time. You have to respond right now. Right now to that emergency call. Or else get busy being entertained by the circus. That's a choice. Again, it's always the same choice. I hope everyone is safe out there. I hope you're doing good. Stay close to the ones that you care about, the ones that you love. It's important to do so. It's important to share insights with those that you care about. To do everything that you can to help others to see that light which has been sparked inside of you when you've truly gained the insight. The insight to the true path within. The path of the heart. That's been my whole effort. And again, I hope it has helped at least some of you to do so. To come out of the darkness of your own being. That's been my hope. Take care. I'll probably send 1 or 2 final messages in the days to come here. My best to you all.